Hey everybody, Zach here with Infernal Tool Technologies, and today I'd like to talk with you guys about augmented reality. I believe that the industry is going to be moving towards augmented reality real quick and virtual reality, but today we're going to talk about augmented reality. And I have this article that is really great. It's on procore.com, and it discusses some of the things that they've already brought into the industry. And it's really cool. They've already brought in safety training protocols. So with this augmented reality, you can wear these headsets and see in real time um, different scenarios where if you were to act unsafely on the job site, you could harm other people, harm yourself. So that's pretty cool that you can do these trials and test it out and not actually have people get hurt doing it. So I think that's awesome that they're moving forward on something like that, because I'm sure over the years people have gotten hurt so many times by just learning normal safety protocols. And some other things that they're talking about is real-time project information. So you can have a person walking around on the job site and you can see the building plans in front of you, but then you can put the headset on and you can see them come to life. You can walk around the place and make sure that everything's lining up. Your studs are in the right place, your windows, doors are all in the right place, and it goes to all the different trades. It can go for electrical, plumbing, HVAC, I mean, you name it. And you can get down to the nitty gritty of just making sure a receptacle's in the right spot. So I think there's some amazing advancements that are going to be made in this sector, and they are going to really just enhance the whole experience, especially for people who are actually paying for the place to be built. They can walk through it even when construction's being done, and they can really see their vision coming to life and making sure that everything is going according to plan. So you can take your customer through the process the entire time. Some other things that they're talking about here is working with a team. You can have people that are working in the office actually communicating more efficiently with the people out in the field. And personally, this is the part of augmented reality that really fascinates me, and I think there's a lot to be made in advancements in this. And my company, this is going to be down the road something that I'm going to be really pushing forward, because I know with myself being in the field that it's a huge issue always dealing with communicating with the people in the office, from the project managers to even the owners, salesmen, estimators, all these people. It's really hard to walk them through a scenario that I'm dealing with on the job, and they just can't see it and they can't envision it the way that I do, because I see it every single day. With what this augmented reality is going to be giving the capabilities of, at least the way I envision it, is pairing it with, like, let's say Google's smart glass or some other, it doesn't have to be Google, but a different company. You could be looking through that glass in real time. So someone in the office could be sitting on their computer and they can see through their video screen right through the eyes of the person that they're communicating with. And the person they're communicating with doesn't even have to be holding a phone. They could be just talking to the glasses or whatever wearables they're wearing. But it's just so efficient. You have your hands open, you can actually touch and grab things while talking to the people in the office, and you can pinpoint exactly what the problem is, how you can solve it. I just think that's huge. That is absolutely huge, because there is such a gap between the people in the office and the people in the field, and it's really hard sometimes to explain what you're dealing with in the field to the people in the office, because they just don't see these things every single day. Some other stuff that this article brings up that is pretty cool is that you can actually modify projects. So let's say you have, just let's talk about finishes. The customer is really not totally sure what paint colors they might want or what trim they want, and they can put this headset on or glasses or whatever and walk around the building and see the different styles of trim work and if it works for them or their style they're going for. I mean, you can do dramatic changes even just from going with a modern style to a colonial style to a contemporary style to a rustic style. I mean, you name it, you can choose anything and you can really just put the picture together before all the finishes are there, which are not that tough to change out, uh, depending on what part of the project you're working on. But it can scale up to even additions on places. You can modify a project to say, hey, you know what, that we want another room on this part of the building, or we want more units over here. Let's see if this will work, if the landscape could handle that. And that's gigantic. I mean, being able to walk around and just see that in real time is so huge. And I was actually this weekend, I hope everyone had a good 4th of July weekend. I was at a party talking with somebody, and they brought up a pretty good point about how sometimes in the field, people who are, let's just take a carpenter for example, sometimes has to wear a lot of hats. We'll have to do work with electrical, with plumbing, and when you're not doing it every single day, sometimes you run into scenarios where there's an issue that you're just not totally familiar with. Well, if you had augmented reality, you could connect with the person, if it be someone in the office or someone else on your crew that maybe does plumbing all the time, and you can tap in and they could tell you specifically what to do, like even where you move your hands, what to touch, like grab that, put that there, move this, tie this together. That's gigantic. I mean, there's a whole market that could be opened up with just that fact alone. Just having somebody walk homeowners through fixing stuff themselves. I mean, that could be something where you're just, no liability is on your shoulders. The people that are choosing to use this software, whatever it may be, are knowing that they could mess up something in their house potentially. I don't know what the legality of all that stuff would be, but people would have to agree to something to where, yeah, if something happened and their house burned down, then it's their fault, or something dramatic like that. But even just having that capability where a homeowner, they're having an issue, like let's say even plumbing, if they had a plumbing issue, which is scary for a lot of homeowners because it's just, you got to act quick and you have to do things smart. You could call or contact this company or use this software, and it'll link you to somebody where they can say, hey, let's bring me downstairs, let me see what you're working with, here's your shut off, turn the main off, okay, water stopped, and just walk people through the process. That could be huge on so many levels. I mean, that's a good business idea right there. But there's so many doors to go through with this. It just opens up so much. There could even be softwares where, like, let's use like a furnace for example. A furnace could have some sort of issue. It's dusty, it needs a cleaning, it needs a replacement part, maybe a new motherboard or something like that. And you could be looking at through your glasses, and it could be showing you what to touch and what to do on certain models. That would be a really in-depth software that would have to be created to know what specific models you're working on, all the different brands. It would be really involved, but how amazing would that be if you're able to just open up your furnace, put the glasses on, tap into that software, and it just shows you step by step what to do. Troubleshoot this, pull this cord, put that there, don't touch that. Just have a whole playbook for you to work with. That could be just gigantic. And I just think the augmented reality space is just gonna boom. It's gonna absolutely boom. There's so many avenues for this to go down, and we're literally we're not even touching the surface of it. I mean, there's so far that it could go with this. Just these glasses and wearables are the beginning of it, but it could go so in depth, and maybe into virtual reality. I don't know too much about virtual reality where it applies other than like in the video game sector maybe, but if you guys know something about that I don't know with the virtual reality sector with construction, please put a comment down below. Let me know. I'd love to open this conversation because it just absolutely fascinates me. I think that augmented reality is here to stay. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, leave a comment. Have a good night, you guys.